Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Visions back with another video, and today we've got another player review. Yesterday we did the Juan Mata. If you've not seen that, I'll leave it in the description. Watch this one first and then you can watch that one. And before we get into the video, if you watched the Mata video, you'll know my reviews. I split it into 3 sections. The first section is me going through the stats and saying my overall what the card looks like before I play in game. I've not played any games, as you can see there, so this is my initial thoughts. My second bit of the video will be me commentating over the highlights, what he did good and what he did bad and stuff like that, and then part 3 will basically be the conclusion where I go through his strengths and weaknesses, whether he's worth the coins and stuff like that. But before we get into his stats, obviously I'm playing the 4-2-3-1. I'm going to sub in one at the start of the game, but seeing as I've got no centre mids, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play him 3 games at cam and 3 games at CDM to see which position he plays best at, seeing as I've got no centre mid role. So we'll see which he plays best at. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the stats. Obviously it's Flashback PAULINHO. We'll go through the base stats first. 77 pace, 85 shooting, 82 passing, 84 dribbling, 82 defending and 89 physical. I've only got the loan card because I wasn't going to fork out the cash to do the SBC if he wouldn't fit my team, but I still wanted to do the SBC. I still wanted to do the review for you guys, so I decided to do the loan. Right, let's just get into the player bio. He's 6 foot, so he's going to be able to win headers, so that's not bad for a centre mid. If you're going to be playing out from a goal kick, he's going to be winning them headers. He's high work rate, which is good for a centre mid, but if you are playing him cam or CDM, could be detrimental depending on if you got him on stay forward or stay back. Right footed, 3-star weak foot, which is the same as Mata had in yesterday's video, which I didn't really realise much on him, so hopefully it's pretty discreet on this card too. 4-star skill moves, which is good for a centre mid, I'd say. Obviously I've not played any games, so no goals or assists yet, but I'll update you with the stats after. So attribute details, we'll go with the pace first. Obviously his base is 77, we've got 79 at acceleration, 75 sprint speed, which for a centre mid I'd say is quite good, because most average centre mids I'd say have about 75 pace, so he's just above average, so it's not bad in that regard. Shooting for a centre mid I'd say is sublime. 88 attacking positioning, which is I believe the exact same as what Mata had, so what I'm seeing is he's got very similar stats to Mata in the attackive respect. He got 85 finishing, which is very good for a centre mid, so if he gets any chances he's gonna bury them. 87 shot power, so obviously if his finesse is on that good, he's got the power shots to back him up if not. Long shots 83, which is quite good, even though long shots aren't the matter in this game. If you get the open space, I suppose he's got a good chance of scoring it. Volley 78 isn't really that big of a deal because there's not that many volley chances in FIFA this year, so I doubt volleys will be that much of a deal. Penalties in 74, which then again isn't that bad because I'm sure your striker will have good penalties, so he doesn't really matter if he's not got good penalties really. Passing, we've got 84 vision, which is very good. Crossing 68, I don't think that really matters again because he is a centre mid, so he won't be getting out wide to cross him in. So if you're playing him in like a 4-3-3 as a centre mid, he won't be like the winger crossing it in, so he'll be staying central and getting into the box, so that doesn't matter. So we've got the free kick accuracy at 76, which isn't really that good, but I suppose you can deal with it at the end of the day. Short passing 88, very good, so if he's not gonna misplace many passes, so I suppose that's good for your centre mid. Long passing 85, which is good, so if you want to play them through balls into your striker or link up play, he's not gonna be misplacing many of them passes either. Curve 70, not really big of a deal because you don't really do a lot of curve passes. Dribbling, this is where his stats for me aren't the best, but I suppose hopefully he makes up for it in his physical, which we'll go through after this. We've got the 73 agility, which isn't the best, but I suppose we'll have to deal with it. It's not the worst, I suppose. It's not something like 60 or something like that, because that would be like turning like a tank. But then we got the balance of 75, which isn't that bad, I'd say, because I know it's low balance, but his strength's at 85, so he won't be getting knocked off the ball much, so it won't really matter about his balance. Reactions 86, which is good. Ball control 88, which is good. So if you're gonna play it into him from like a goal kick, he will be able to control it if there's no one contesting him. We've got the 84 dribbling, which is good for a centre mid because if he gets in them tight situations, although he's got low agility, he might be able to dribble his way out of there. 85 composure, which is good, so if he gets in a one-on-one situation, he's not going to be threatened by the goalie or any defenders near him. Now we'll go into the 82 defending base stats. So if you're playing in CDM, this is where the stats really matter. We've got 84 interceptions, which is very good for a centre mid, because you want to be really winning the ball back in midfield, not really defence. Because if you're winning the ball back in defence, likely he's got passing midfield, so that's good. We've got heading accuracy 89, so he is 6 foot as well. Remember, so he is going to be winning the headers, and when he does, he's going to be able to pass it to you without fail. Defensive awareness 78 isn't the best, but I suppose if you just put his instructions on cover centre, it doesn't really matter about his awareness that much. Standing tackle 83, very good for a centre mid or CDM wherever you're going to play him. Slide tackle 78, which isn't really that bad because there's not really a lot of chances to slide tackle in FIFA. This is the best section of his stats, I'd say, in the physical, with his jumping at 96, which is very good. Like, obviously, a 6 foot, he's got 89 heading accuracy and 96 jumping, so he's going to be winning headers against a lot of people. So if you're going to be crossing in the ball from corners, he's the guy you want to be aiming for. 96 jumping and 89 heading accuracy and 6 foot, you're not going to beat him in the air. Like Mata as well, Mata had 95 stamina, this guy has 96 stamina, so he's going to be able to last the whole game, so you won't have to bring him off, which is good. And we've got 85 strength, which is again good, so he'll be able to hold people off the ball if he's making a run or if he's tackling someone. Aggression 84, he's going to be able to, that means he's going to be able to use his strength when like attacking and defending. So like, if he's going to tackle someone, he's going to be able to use that strength with his aggression to win the ball back. So just looking at his stats, I reckon this is going to be a very good card to play with. Obviously I've not played any card games with him yet even, but I'll just have to go into the gameplay now. I'll become right. So this first clip we have game is on the ball, plays it to Mata. PAULINHO gets his strength off there, fake shots it, throws it into the bottom left corner of his right foot. He did well to hold him off there, and obviously he's only got 75 penalties, but we had to try out his penalties, see what they were like. And I tell you what, look at this for a finish. I aimed it wide, but look at that bottom bins, what a finish that was by PAULINHO. And then he celebrates there. Then we got Crespo, plays it into him, hits it with his left foot, it's right at the keeper. I don't really blame him because it is his 3-star weak foot, so I'll let him off. Here though, what a finish that was on his right foot, just tucks it across from the keeper's legs right into the bottom corner and slides across the floor. We got him there again on his left foot shooting, and finesse, it isn't the best shot, but it's on his left foot again, so I suppose I'll let him off. Here Matt puts a nice through ball to him on his left foot again. I did a lot of shots on his left foot for some reason, they just kept on falling to him on his left foot. It's a nice link up play there between Mata and PAULINHO, a couple of 1-2s, plays it back to Crespo, pulls it back to him on his left foot, buries that. Obviously it's an opener, if he would have missed that I would have been a bit concerned. And then we've got Gomez, plays a lovely through ball, what a goal that is, on first time by PAULINHO. Cracking finish that was. And then he's celebrating after that, won the goal. Pass it to Crespo, Crespo back to him, get a bit jammy there. I thought this was offside here, but it luckily wasn't. He was composed in front of goal, which his composure stats comes in there. Got a lovely challenge that is there, and then not only did he win the ball back for us, he did score for us. That was very good, that was, because he won the ball and then carried on to score. Played to Vardy, good link up play. That's what I seem to like about his card, is the close play. But there, he skilled on the keeper, shot. Edison made a cracking save and then fell to Crespo and he just couldn't header it. He hit the post. What a goal that is, top corner. He's not going to be missing that, even though it was his left foot. What a finish that was, top left. We got him on the ball doing some turns, using his agility. Then he goes through, left foot, and then headers it and then hits the crossbar. It's unfortunate that was. But he has another chance here when he plays it to Vardy. Vardy back to him. He has another chance with his left foot again and spoons it. So the ball just kept on falling onto his left foot for me. So did you see that through ball there though? What a cracking ball that was. That was lovely by PAULINHO there to pick him out from a distance, and Crespo with a lovely finish first time. Here we've got him again playing through ball to Crespo. Crespo here with a lovely finish. That was all from Paulinho there, just starting it. What a challenge that is. And then he challenges again, but unfortunately it goes right back to him. But this is the 2 games where I played him CDM. And obviously there won't be that many clips because there's no highlights of CDM. But I'll go into more detail on the conclusion, but I definitely prefer playing him CDM to Cam. Right, so now on the final part of the video, the conclusion. For those of you who don't know, this is where I summarise the card, what I thought was good and bad, strengths and weaknesses, and the overall value for the coins and stuff like that. So before we get into strengths and weaknesses, I'm going to quickly talk about what position I preferred him in and stuff like that. Honestly, he was a good player all round, I'd say. Very balanced overall. But he played that bit better in CDM because in Cam, he was sometimes like getting back too much. I suppose that was because of his work rates, and he didn't really have the finishing. If he had like a 4-star weak foot, I reckon he could play Cam. But that 3-star weak foot just shafts you over a bit. But as long as you shoot on his right foot, he's got decent shooting, to be fair. But yeah, so if you don't have a centre mid position, it's better for CDM than he's in Cam. So now we've got that out of the way, let's just go straight into the strengths. So we've got good strength on the ball, which obviously you all know that was going to be a strength. You saw a couple of times in the clips I just shown you that he was muscling people off the ball and like using his strength to keep the ball. We've got great long and short passes. He can do long balls, short passes. He's just very good at passing, even though it's only 82, but it's still very good. I've put shooting as a strength, but sometimes inconsistent. The reason that is because on his right foot he's got great shooting, but on his left foot he's got dire shooting. So it's like one extreme to the other, but as long as you shoot on his right foot, it will go in most of the time. So that's why I put it as a strength. Great physicality and aggression. Obviously, you know that he's got 89 physicality. His aggression you could probably see the most in game because he was pushing people off the ball when he was in CDM, and even when he was in Cam. When he was tracking back, he was tackling people, and when he was making runs, he was using his strength to keep the ball. And we've got very good interceptions. When he was playing CDMs, he was always in the right places to intercept the passes and stuff like that, so that's what made him a good CDM. So let's go into the weaknesses now. First of all, we've got very poor agility, which you could kind of guess before we even went into the games, because of the like it was 76, was it, or something like that, so it's very poor. And honestly, it's like he turns like a tank, so it's not very good. And we got feels stocky in game. What that means is he feels like sluggish, and like he doesn't feel like it's similar to agility, but it just feels sluggish and like slow and stuff like that. That's why we got pace. His pace, although it's better than most centre mids, I think his poor agility and the stockiness of his card means that his pace gets like lowered or something, because the amount of times he was like closer to the ball than the other player but couldn't get there in time. It happened quite a lot, but his pace isn't the best, to be fair, even though it says on the card it's decent. And then weaknesses, this is probably his biggest weakness to the card, unless you do play him in centre mid. If you play him in centre mid, this won't be bad. However, if you're playing this card in a cam role, his work rates are high, so he's going to be getting back a lot as well. So obviously he's going to be getting back, so then when you counter attack there'll be no one forward for the through ball to the striker or something. And then similarly, when you're playing him in CDM, he's got high, so he'll be getting up more than your other CDM as well, so you'll leave gaps in the defence. But if you play him as centre mid, which he's supposed to be played, that would be quite a good card. And one honourable mention for strength is stamina. He does have 96 stamina, so having high work rates does like go with that quite well, seeing as he'll always be running, so it's good that he's got high stamina. Now we'll go on to his main attributes, what I found. Shooting, 4-star. It would be 5-star if his weak foot wasn't that bad. If he had 4-star weak foot, that would definitely be a 5-star shooting, but because of that left foot, it drags it down a bit. Passing, 4-star. It could go to a 5-star, but at times he just couldn't find the right passer, but most of the time he was very good at passing. We've got dribbling, we've got 3-star. Obviously, because he's not got a lot of agility, it makes him hard to weave in and out of small spaces and stuff like that. So that's quite a struggle for him there. And physical, we've got 5-star. Obviously, you know he's going to be pushing people off the ball with his physicality and aggression. So overall value for coins, I believe this SBC will cost you about 150 to 200k. Would I say it's worth it? Honestly, if you're winning like 3-1 and you need fresh legs on, he's strong, you can play centre mid or CDM, I'd say. and for 200k, if you've got the money, I suppose he's not a bad buy. The only thing is you'd have to use him as a sub, because I'm pretty sure no one will be able to fit him into his main team. So if you've got that much spare coins to fit him as a super sub, then go ahead. But honestly, because of his league, I'd say he won't fit in your team. But like I just said, if you got the coins, go for it. So it's a 4 out of 5, and it would be that 5 stars if he just was a better league. Like if that was the Premier League, I'm pretty sure he'd be in everyone's team. So that's it for the video today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Smash that like button if you did. Like I said earlier, I'll leave the Mata review in the description, so check that out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.